Lionesses, the lineage of the kings of the savannah, sometimes face the brutal dominance of ruling males. Under the overwhelming power of 6 formidable males, rage is unleashed mercilessly upon the weakest members of the pride. This fierce competition shatters the peaceful calm of dawn in Sabi Sand. Beneath the radiant beauty lies a world of patient hunting and a razor-thin line between life and death. Welcome to Sabi Sand, one of South Africa's most prestigious private reserves. Here, every moment unfolds as a chapter in a dramatic and unforgiving story of survival. This brutality reflects the true nature of the wild, where power is ultimately decided by sheer strength, though. Sabi Sand is an open ecological corridor, sharing over 50 kilometers of unfenced boundary with Kruger National Park, allowing wildlife to move freely within a rich and interconnected ecosystem. This region is a biodiversity treasure, home to an extraordinary density of the Big Five, along with more than 300 bird species and dozens of reptiles and amphibians. At the heart of this landscape flow the lifeblood rivers, the Sabi and the Sand. During the harsh dry season from May to September, when scorching heat dominates the land, these riverbanks become unavoidable gathering points for all living creatures. This concentration turns the rivers into epicenters of life, as well as stages for intense survival encounters. It is this natural connectivity that sustains the region's remarkable genetic diversity. Sabi Sand is not just a reserve, it is a living testament to a perfectly functioning natural ecosystem. In Sabi Sand, if this kingdom belongs to predators, then the leopard stands as the most noble and cunning phantom and apex survivor that has elevated the art of survival to its highest form. With every silent ripple of its powerful muscles, it executes precise hunts to sustain life. Yet, the night here hides constant danger, where patrolling territory is no different from playing with fire. In 2001, at the heart of Sabi Sand, the Sparta lionesses gave rise to a generation that would reshape the region's history. From an early age, one male cub displayed clear leadership traits, inseparable from his brother like a shadow. This alliance, built on fearless courage and rising ambition, marked a pivotal turning point. Under the guidance of the Sparta lionesses and the reigning West Street kings, the young lions were raised to become formidable warriors. Their rise was no accident, but the result of inheritance and disciplined upbringing from exceptional parenthood. The age-old rivalry between buffalo and lions is a brutal survival war, where neither side hesitates to eliminate the other. During a devastating incident involving the Sparta pride, 5 brothers, later known as the Mapogo, miraculously survived, marking the beginning of a fateful chapter. Their survival became even more extraordinary when Makulu, a 4-year-old male from outside, appeared unexpectedly, yet instead of conflict, something unusual happened. Experts believe Makulu was the offspring of a West Street male, and that familiar scent spared his life. Rather than conquering new territory, Makulu chose to stay and protect the 5 younger brothers who had just escaped death. From that moment, the reputation of these warriors began to rise, each earning a distinct identity. Scar, Pretty Boy, Rasta, Kinky Tail, and Mr. Tisha, as the eldest and physically dominant figure. Makalu commanded absolute respect. Even Mr. T, the boldest among them, never challenged his authority. The bond between Mr. T and Kinky Tail also became a critical piece of this powerful alliance. The Mapago Coalition was more than a group, it was a formidable force destined to dominate the vast savannas. A typical cheetah coalition functions like a specialized strike team of 2 to 3 males, though nature occasionally forms larger units of up to 5 members, much like lungs. These alliances focus on 2 primary goals: securing territory and maximizing survival opportunities. The impala, an icon of speed on the African plains, is their preferred prey. During hunts, they spread out in a wide formation, encircling their target with the precision of seasoned professionals. Their bond goes far beyond simple cooperation. It is a lifelong brotherhood. More than just hunting partners, they form a protective shield for one another against stronger predators. This unity transforms otherwise solitary cats into a powerful force across the savanna. Their existence stands as proof of remarkable intelligence and cooperative instinct in the wild. These young lions are now ready to face the harsh realities of independence. So, the name Mapogo means a group working together, but researchers named them after a notorious South African security company due to their ruthless nature toward rivals. In the beginning, the Mapogo survived by scavenging and were often forced to flee to stay alive. That harsh reality forged these juvenile outlaws into exceptionally cunning hunters. As their skills sharpened through repeated near-death encounters, they began hunting more frequently and with increasing confidence. Under Makalu's leadership at age 6, the peak of a male lion's strength, the coalition no longer settled for small prey. They began targeting massive animals like Cape buffalo, hippos, young rhinos, and even adult giraffes. Taking down a 1,300-kilogram giraffe, 6 times the weight of a lion, required highly sophisticated coordination. With confidence at its peak, the Mapago Coalition was now ready to rise, seize control, and dominate the entire territories. With its open border connected to Kruger National Park, Sabi Sand becomes a land of abundance, allowing the Mapogo Coalition to maintain their supreme dominance without internal conflict. For these 6 lions, the Cape buffalo, weighing up to 900 kilograms, represents the ultimate challenge, demanding highly coordinated and strategic teamwork. Each successful hunt of these giants not only delivers an immense caloric reward, but also reinforces their status as rulers of the savanna within the coalition, while Kinky Tail and Mr. T often lead the charge with bold aggression. Makalu remains the central authority, maintaining order across the group. In 2006, the moment the Mapogo surged into northern Sabi Sand, like a tidal wave, marked a brutal shift in power. To assert absolute control, they unleashed their most primal and ruthless instincts to secure their bloodline. The tragedy of the Ottawa Pride, with the loss of 11 cubs, stands as a stark testament to the brutality of these new kings. That conquest shook the entire savanna, ushering in a haunting era of dominance under the Mapogo Coalition. Typically, male lions that take over a pride will spare the lionesses to ensure reproduction. But the Mapago Coalition set a brutal precedent by eliminating any rival that stood in their way. In just 1 year, over 100 lions fell victim as the Mapago expanded their dominance across nearly 70,000 hectares of territory. Controlling more than 8 prides of lionesses, they became the most powerful and feared coalition ever recorded. Unlike other males that roar for only about a minute, the leader Makulu possessed a uniquely deep roar that could last up to 15 continuous minutes as a display of dominance. Their overwhelming presence also triggered a biological shock as they aggressively wiped out hyenas, completely reshaping the nutrient cycle of the savanna. Ironically, this brutality unintentionally created a safe haven for African wild dogs, as they no longer faced intense competition from their former rivals. However, life for wild dogs remained a dangerous gamble, as lions still held deep hostility toward them. This paradox reveals how the rise of a ruthless apex predator can completely disrupt the ecological balance of an entire region. To survive in such a harsh environment, African wild dogs adapted by hunting during twilight hours, achieving an astonishing success rate of 70% to 80% thanks to their incredible endurance. Their social system resembles a perfect welfare network, where adults willingly share food with pups, injured members, and the elderly. Remarkably, they even practice a form of democracy by voting through sneezes before making group movement decisions. This collective intelligence allows them to thrive even under the dominance of larger predators. In stark contrast to this unity, cracks began to form within the Mapago coalition as ambition consumed. Mr. T pride led to a direct confrontation in 2008, where Mr. T was defeated by Makulu and suffered severe injuries. After this turning point, the bond between Mr. T and his ally, Kinky Tail, reshaped the geopolitical landscape of Sabi Sand. The Mapago coalition split into 2 factions, dramatically altering the map of lion dominance. This division marked the end of their era of absolute unity and opened a new chapter filled with instability across the region. The division in 2008 created 2 contrasting worlds, setting a historic precedent where the Mapago coalition deliberately split territory instead of collapsing entirely. In the West, Makulu established a rare era of peace, embodying the qualities of a wise and composed ruler. In contrast, the East became a brutal front line where Mr. T and Kinky Tail fiercely repelled all invading forces from Kruger National Park. Despite the split, the 2 factions maintained respect for territorial boundaries and occasionally reunited, reflecting a brotherhood that transcended ambition. Mr. Its relentless determination became a powerful shield, protecting the core of their empire from external threats. However, every strategy came with a heavy price that the kingdom had to bear in its struggle for survival. The dark moments that followed would reshape history, revealing that dominance is always paid for in blood and sacrifice. Ultimately, this division exposed the dual nature of lion instincts, creating a tragic yet unforgettable chapter in the story of Sabi Sand. June 2010 marked a brutal turning point as the Mapago coalition, once the iron-fisted rulers of Sabi Sand, began to collapse under the overwhelming force of the Majingalan. A fierce confrontation in the east forced Mr. T, into a heartbreaking decision, abandoned his brother Kinky Tail to save himself from the encirclement of 4 invading males. This loss not only stripped him of territory, but also seemed to tear away a part of his soul, driving him back west to seek refuge among his former brothers. Despite having been defeated by Makulu in 2008 Mr., T refused to accept a subordinate role and made a bold move to reassert his dominance. Strangely, Makulu and the others did not intervene, as if they had surrendered to Mr. T's relentless determination and desire for absolute control. Perhaps, after years of brotherhood, they understood that time itself was the ultimate force one no claw could ever defeat. Despite Mr. T's efforts to reverse fate, the Mapogo Empire could not escape decline under the constant pressure of a rising younger force. The once mighty kings were now shadows of their former selves, fighting over the final remnants before an inevitable shift in history. Sad. As members like Rasta and Pretty Boy gradually disappeared, the legendary Mapogo coalition was reduced to a final trio: Makulu, Scar, and Mr. T, clinging to the last echoes of their glory. The tragic finale came on March 16, 2012, when the Young Salatas coalition launched a coordinated attack and killed Mr. T, bringing an end to the most powerful reign in Sabi San's history. Mr. T fought like a true king until his final breath, leaving behind a vast void on the savannah where strength once ruled supreme. In the aftermath, Makulu and Pretty Boy abandoned their territory and pride, drifting into Kruger National Park like ghosts of a glorious past. Pretty Boy's journey ended soon after, but Makulu, the black-maned king of noble lineage, became a biological marvel by surviving to the remarkable age of 15. Though the Mapogo coalition officially dissolved, their legacy endured through a complex genetic network passed on to future generations. Their disappearance created a massive ecological void, reshaping the nutrient cycle and the hierarchy of dominance across Sabi Sand. Ultimately, the story of Mapogo stands as a tragic epic of rise and fall, a testament to nature's unforgiving law that even the greatest empires cannot escape. The Mapogo bloodline never truly vanished. It continues to flow quietly through the veins of future generations, waiting for the moment to rise again. This legacy is most strongly preserved in prides like Ottawa and Salala, where lionesses steadfastly carry forward the flame of their ancestors. The genetic influence of Mapogo has spread deeply, weaving into other renowned prides such as Mangani and Nutsu over generations. The emergence of young males with majestic black manes from the Inavu pride stands as the clearest proof of Makulu's enduring genetic strength. Even the Kambula males, descendants of the Birmingham Coalition, carry the courage encoded within Mapogo DNA through their maternal lineage. These descendants are living reflections of that legacy, quietly building strength as they await their own moment of conquest. Though the era of the Mapogo kings has passed, echoes of their roars still resonate across the plains of Sabi Sand as a defiant reminder. In the end, their legacy is more than biology. It is an unextinguishable instinct for leadership that continues to pulse through the wild savanna wood. The Mapogo bloodline never truly disappeared. It continues to flow silently through its descendants, preparing for a future resurgence across the savanna. Beyond old territorial boundaries, nature also creates strange paradoxes, such as the lions of the Okavango Delta, a place known as a mesmerizing World Heritage Site. Unlike their Serengeti counterparts, lions here have overcome their fear of water to become exceptional swimmers. Constant movement through flooded terrain acts as natural resistance training, boosting their upper body muscle development by up to 15%. They have also evolved a high-stepping gait to reduce water resistance, perfectly adapting to a semi-aquatic lifestyle. This unique existence has elevated lions to sacred totem status in the beliefs of local tribes like the Baye and Hamukushu. For them, harming a lion is strictly taboo, as each amber gaze is believed to carry the spirit of their ancestors. The story of the Okavango kings is not just one of biological evolution, but a profound fusion of wild instinct and human spirituality. In Okavango, the line between reality and myth blurs, as locals often interpret brutal livestock attacks as acts of shape-shifting black magic. In truth, this mystery is simply extraordinary survival skill. Lions use their wide paws like natural snowshoes to move swiftly across muddy terrain. Instead of hunting on dry land, they drive prey into swamps and use drowning techniques by clamping down on the victim's nostrils. Even more remarkably, these lions have developed distinct culinary cultures, with specialized hunters targeting buffalo or warthogs, skills passed down through generations. In the past, conflicts with farmers often escalated into ecological disasters, including poisoning that wiped out entire scavenger systems, like vultures. Today, the situation has improved thanks to organizations like Claws Conservancy, which use GPS collars to warn farmers when predators approach. Modern solutions such as visual barrier fabrics disrupt lions' hunting instincts, forcing them to retreat safely. Through these innovations, a fragile peace is emerging, addressing one of the most complex ethical challenges between humans and wildlife. Okavango has become a unique kingdom where lion kings must fully adapt to confront what may be the most formidable version of the Cape buffalo on Earth. Nourished by abundant aquatic vegetation, these buffalo develop extraordinary physiques, with fused horns forming a rock-solid shield across their foreheads. This structure not only absorbs massive impacts, but renders lion attacks nearly useless against their skulls. To survive in swampy terrain, buffalo coat themselves in thick mud, functioning as a biological armor that protects against heat and bloodthirsty insects. Nature has also equipped them with massive hooves acting like sturdy boots, preventing their near one-ton bodies from sinking into the mud. Their absolute unity forms an impenetrable defensive wall, forcing lions to constantly evolve both strategy and strength. This clash between highly adapted predators and living fortresses creates a dramatic example of ecological balance in wetland environments. Ultimately, this relentless coevolution has transformed Okavango into one of the most brutal yet captivating arenas of survival in the natural world. In Okavango, Cape buffalo herds operate under a surprisingly refined form of primitive democracy, where adult females vote by facing the direction they wish to move before the herd reaches consensus. Their migration plays a crucial ecological role, acting like massive lawnmowers that clear old grass and make way for fresh growth. Unlike the stealth-based hunts of the Serengeti, Okavango lions employ bold psychological tactics, advancing in formation during daylight to test the resolve of the herd. Any sign of hesitation or panic becomes a fatal weakness, as lions drive vulnerable individuals into deep water channels where thick mud turns into a deadly trap for their nearly 1-ton bodies. Once isolated, the lions coordinate like a professional team, using their combined weight to force the prey's head underwater and cut off its oxygen. Here, water is no longer a refuge for buffalo, but a powerful ally for apex predators that have mastered both land and aquatic environments. Duba Plains has become a brutal arena where primal confrontations unfold with such intensity that they captivate observers almost like a modern ritual. Ormawa, the lion's dominance across all terrains, stands as a powerful testament to the limitless adaptability of top predators. In Okavango, hippos and Nile crocodiles maintain a tense coexistence, where even these fearsome reptiles must yield to the overwhelming force of a hippo's bite. In murky waters, crocodiles exploit the habitat of hippos to attract prey, using highly sensitive pressure receptors in their jaws to detect distant vibrations. Their armored skin is not just protection, it contains dense blood vessels that absorb heat, allowing them to endure colder seasons. Hidden within their stomachs are gastroliths, stones that help regulate buoyancy, enabling them to remain motionless in strong currents without expending energy. Remarkably, crocodiles are also gardeners of the ecosystem, consuming fruits to obtain glucose and essential minerals. The tough seeds that pass through their acidic digestive systems are later dispersed across the delta, quietly shaping the vegetation and sustaining biodiversity. Through this mechanism, these cold-blooded predators transcend their role as hunters to become vital ecological engineers. The Nile crocodile is not only a symbol of fear beneath the water's surface, but also a silent architect, holding a key role in maintaining the long-term vitality of the Okavango ecosystem. With eyes, ears, and nostrils positioned atop their skull, hippos possess a periscope-like awareness, allowing their 3-ton bodies to remain submerged while maintaining constant vigilance. Their sensitive skin is protected by sudoric acid, a reddish secretion often called blood sweat, which functions both as a natural sunscreen and a powerful antiseptic. Within the Okavango ecosystem, hippos act as master engineers. Nightly grazing journeys carve out underwater highways that dredge channels and prevent vegetation from clogging waterways. For indigenous tribes like the Baye and San, hippos are revered as the sacred totem kubu, protectors ensuring safe journeys for traditional dugout canoes. Folklore romanticizes their herbivorous nature through myths of rituals where they open their jaws skyward to prove to the gods they do not harm fish. Yet beneath the surface, hippos are true rulers capable of crushing any threat with 50-centimeter tusks and a bite force 3 times stronger than a lion's buzz. Their devastating jaws can shatter any defense, forcing even the fiercest lions to retreat in panic. This fusion of immense power and cultural symbolism elevates the hippo into a dominant force that helps maintain the fragile balance of the Okavango Delta. On land, however, The balance of power shifts as lions seize opportunities to besiege hippos during harsh, dry season battles of endurance. Despite the hippo's low center of gravity making it difficult to topple, lions persist by targeting and tearing leg tendons to weaken the massive opponent. Yet the greatest threat today is no longer claws, it is climate change, which is transforming wetlands into deadly mud traps. As water sources shrink, dense concentrations of hippos in stagnant pools create ideal conditions for disease outbreaks. The bacterium Bacillus anthracis spreads rapidly, turning once mighty giants into floating carcasses that poison entire ecosystems. The combined pressure of predation and epidemic disaster now places hippos under unprecedented survival stress. This harsh reality stands as a sobering reminder that even the rulers of the wetlands cannot escape the unforgiving forces of nature. Chia.